Okay, welcome to Late Night Gaming. My name is Rachel, and today we will be continuing. I almost said Portal 2. That wouldn't be right. The Stanley Parable game, Ultra Deluxe, Deluxe Edition, whatever that extra part of the title is. So, between these two episodes, I wrote down most of the endings. I have to use these big notebooks I bought for college that I never used for something. So, going through, in the first episode, we got through 4 endings. We got through Freedom, Countdown, and Mariella. And then we got through the Cold Feet ending as well. I keep looking at me, but I should be looking at you. Also looking at the mic. So, the endings are divided between, like, left door, right door, and then pre-door endings. So I thought, why don't we just go through the left door endings? Here, this is your left. This is my right. Just to get those out of the way. And then we'll tackle the right door endings after that, and then continue before that, after that. So we need the museum ending next, which I think we get by going down the hallway that has escape written on it. So let me minimize myself. Wow, look at that. And then let's continue.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, a broom closet. I can always appreciate a good broom closet.
No, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I mean, I'm on the clock. I'm getting paid for this, so might as well. Give me the broom. Here, I'll close the door for you, narrator. There you go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
But what if I wanted to press the buttons? Wow. Won't even give me the option anymore. I don't know why, but when I think of elevators now... Oh, can I go back up? I think of my Psych 101 class. The teacher I had, his name is Ted, was Ted. How do you, past tense? His name was Ted. One of the best teachers I've ever had. He talked about, like, social norms. And one of our papers that we had to write was about us breaking a social norm, which I didn't. I just lied about that. But the one that he did was usually when you go into an elevator, you turn around, face the door, and you don't really talk to anybody. But what he did was he like entered the elevator but stood like this in front of the door and just looked at everybody. He's like, "Hey, how are you?" And it threw everybody off.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Well, I don't know how to read. Oh, wait. Does this say Mind Control Facility?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Doubt it.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh, shit. Okay.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. Okay. Oh, look at that.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now?
Ooh.
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Wow. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parables design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Wow, filing cabinets. That's pretty cool. The blueprint... Oh, this blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Ooh, this is beautiful. Stanley's computer. Oh my god. It's just like the one in the game. Oh, classic. Okay. the lounge.
Sure, we'll get him right back on track to where he was supposed to be in the story. Stanley pushed the orange lever. Stanley pushed the big red button.
This also gives me duck season vibes too. No. Yeah, duck season. The VR game. Woo! Press it. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned those when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. So this was listed as one of the endings. This ending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon it and change it again shortly before launch. God, there's so much to this. Woo, look at all that money. Is there something I'm supposed to do to get out of the museum? Are you a rock? After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these for their promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are the selection of those emails. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I was about to say, am I supposed to do something? Okay. So that was the museum ending. Now, I don't really know how to get the other endings.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Oh no!
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let me in!
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door.
Oh. Something different? Now, hold on. I thought... Hold on, let me bring up the endings. Let's see. Also, Starfield is not wanting to download for me. I don't know what's happening. It's really annoying, though. Okay. It says something about we gotta go back toward our office. Oh, there we go. You are now leaving. Wait, where did it say the thing was? I'm assuming we just keep going until something happens. Oh, here we go. Was that it? Did I do something wrong? After you go far enough, there will be a sign warning you that both the narrator and Stanley need to be present in order to escape. In order for the escape sequence to play out as intended, the narrator was disabled earlier on, so the game restarts instead. So is that how it's supposed to play out? Okay. I guess that's it. That was the escape pod ending. So now... And we technically have done the broom closet ending, which is where he boards it up, so we can't go back in there. So here it says, first activate input on 419's computer.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. Then we go to 423's.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
And then... .434's.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. No matter how hard Stanley looked,
Oh, no.
he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No, it's the computer just before the boss's office.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Now it's 4:34.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Okay. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Oh my god. They're beautiful. Is this it? Okay. I guess we got the heaven ending. So now we gotta get... Oh, shoot. Oh, man, my back. Bottom of the room ending monitor room glitch. I don't know about this. Okay.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, it is raining.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door. Just go.
Wow, someone's in a rush. Button. Button.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Because I love the boss's office. I mean, it's so nicely decorated and plush and the wallpaper's
Here you are,
nice.
Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Who bolted you there? Wait, why did the... Here, we'll progress with the story narrator just for you. Can we go? Yep, we can go back.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
It's the high IQ that I possess. I don't know what to tell you.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I know, me too. I had to make this story interesting somehow. I had to keep him on his toes. Oh my god, the boss's office.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Okay. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process. All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Thank you. I am quite the storyteller. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go down in the elevator.
Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Here we go. I really miss the boss's office. I think we need to go see it, what, a fourth time? Third time? Third, fourth time?
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize?
No.
It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator.
I do.
But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition.
Hell
You're a
yeah.
role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public.
Are we going
eye, but I thought
faster?
it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
This is not my boss's office. So therefore, I'm not going to step out. I'm protesting. First Amendment. Salem? Salem, do you see this? Salem? He doesn't care. I had a dream earlier that Salem wanted me to play Doki Doki Literature Club. I don't know why. I don't know why Dream Salem wanted me to play that.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Oh, world peace, baby.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Wait, is that the machine that is always cleaning up its own oil or whatever? The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. Stanley.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
Thanks for showing me that cool story skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. Break a leg, champ, your boss. I love the way you ride elevators. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get 'em, Tiger. Wow. Boss gave me 2 notes. Stanley, my true love for you grows every day. You make me feel alive. Your wife from the apartment ending. Up again, down again. The dude who came up with pizza. Wow. It's pretty cool. Why isn't he on stage? Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here till Thursday. Alright, that was the elevator ending. I think that's been my favorite so far. That's funny.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe they're all at my...
Oh, new content?
Ooh.
What does that mean, new content?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we...
I mean, if there was a button, I would definitely press it. I'm really good at pressing elevator buttons.
At long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Is it gonna lead to my boss's office? Because that's the only place where I want to be.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Ooh. Wait, were we able to jump the entire time? Ooh, I'm gonna make you shiver with anticipation. Oh. Oh, nope.
Is that it? Surely
No.
that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content. Ooh, a chair.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
Elevators.
No frills, no gimmicks.
Bosses'
Just you and me having a
offices.
great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Oh. I didn't restart it. You did. You told me to reset it. Oh.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Okay.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special, and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories.
It's
so
beautiful.
I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Narrator, you want to go on a picnic with me?
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched?
No.
Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Wow, this is beautiful. It's making me a little emotional. Oh man, remember the dollar bill? Wow. Don't play the game. For 5 years.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content. Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Uh-oh. We'll skip. Oh, no!
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Well, narrator, maybe you should just go delete yourself. You failure.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof! And Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past.
Shit, did he die?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, the end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Oh my god, how long does this keep going for? Ooh. Oh no. Ew, what is that? Does it pop back up? Okay. Well, that was interesting. We have one more ending. Come on.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours, so here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Good job. You did it. Good job.
3, 2, 1.
Good job. You made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier. Chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Well, that was beautiful. Okay, where am I going all the time? Oh, I gotta get up and walk around. This chair really wrecks my back after a while. So anyway, let me just slip on over here. Go ahead and... Hey. So, I think that is a good... I don't know why I always back the mic up. I think that's a good place to stop for episode 2 of this series. I believe we've made it through all the endings that pertain to the left door. Your left, my right. I think... I don't know why. I thought that last ending, not the last one, but the vent ending. I thought with the skip button, I thought that was going to lead to like a horror game almost because of the sounds that they put into it. You heard that like almost like a weird animal sound. I thought something was gonna come down and eat us or something, but that didn't happen. So I think it's so funny that they took the whole bottom of the mind control facility and made a joke out of it. That's funny to me. I like that they did that. And the narrator, I really like him. Though I can kind of understand the long-windedness. It's just like, whoo, man, this guy can talk for a long time. I can kind of understand it. After a while, it's like, man, when will this guy shut up? But I still love him, regardless. He is funny. He sure does know how to talk, though. But I'm enjoying this game so far. I think it's got that sense of humor that reminds me so much of Portal 2. I know I keep on saying that, but it also reminds me... I think the fourth wall break kind of reminds me of Duck Season, the VR game. Especially with a couple of the endings where there's one of them where you're like behind the scenes and stuff. It gives me that vibe, and there's something else. There's another game I'm thinking of, but I can't quite remember which one it is. But I think we're going to tackle the right door endings next. We already did one, which is the cold feet one, where you jump off of the elevator and you plunge to your death below. So yeah, there's quite a few of those. Oh, we already got the vent ending. Wait, is that the same one? I'll have to look more into that. So anyway, I don't have anything more else to say. This webcam, I'm getting used to it, even though it's the second video that I've used it on. Ugh. Maybe I'm not used to it. I don't know. I'm in the middle with it. But, I'm gonna have to figure out how to, like, because I know in a lot of YouTuber video, like, other YouTubers, they can edit between their camera footage and their game footage and, like, switch between them. But I'm, like, controlled over here, like, whoa, I make myself small and then I make myself big again. Wow. I don't know. I'm still learning. Like, everything is through OBS. That's what I use. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. So that my face, you know, I can edit out stuff doing that. Because now my thumbnails are going to have my face in them. Oh well. Anyway, I guess it's outro time because I don't have anything else to say. This was Late Night Gaming. My name is Rachel. And if you liked this video and you want to see more, click that subscribe button. It'll be down over here, I think. Right? Down on this side? Or this side? Wherever it is. I think it's red. And if you liked the video... Oh! Going back to subscribers. I'm trying to hit 20 subscribers. It's my next goal. We're at 11. So, if 9 of you stumble across this video and you're like, oh my gosh, I loved this video and I'm going to click subscribe so I can watch more. You're leading me to success on my new goal. And to the 11 of you that are already subscribed, thank you. Maybe you should persuade 9 others to join the group. I'm not going to call it a cult. We're not that big yet. But there's room enough for 9 more of you. Just want to let you know. And also, if you liked this video, you can press the like button for the funsies. And go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me how I'm doing. Tell me how you like this game. If there's any, well, I'm recording a lot of these videos all together, so any tips and tricks that you throw at me, if you throw them at me, I will probably have already looked them up and working on them already. So I don't know. Just tell me how I'm doing. Tell me how you like this game. Stuff like that. But anyway, that will be it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.